Shabbat Shalom and greetings to you all. Now, we just celebrated Lag BaOmer, which is the Hebrew way of saying the 33rd day of the counting of the Omer. It was on May 19th this year. It celebrates two of the great sages of Judaism, Rabbi Akiva, who we read about during Passover, and Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, an amazing scholar. Now, it is one of the few holidays which is primarily associated with the Kabbalah, considered the soul or mystical dimension of Judaism. Now, interestingly enough, because the 7 weeks between Passover and Shavuot, the time the Omer is counted, was viewed as a period of anticipation and sadness, no marriages are conducted during this time, except on that one day, Lag BaOmer. Considered a day of weddings, a day to celebrate love. Now, I cannot tell you why, but take any day to celebrate love is a great day. It has become a national day of partying in Israel. We babe, set my soul on fire. That's why I know you are my only desire, oh babe. Here I am, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Now, speaking of love, happy anniversary, John. I'm glad it was a wonderful anniversary. But given the two of you, how could it not be? You are the definition of love, my friend. Now, since we're still counting the Omer, that means not only is this a holiday, but Shavuot is coming. The holiday meaning 7, as it is 7 Sabbaths from Passover, and celebrates a great epiphany, the delivery of the 10 Commandments, the simple lessons for life. That'll be on June 5th, just 2 scant weeks away. That's a time of great celebration, when we come together the world over to celebrate the gift of the laws of God, just as we celebrate when we come together as a group, to honor and pray and observe as a community, collective consciousness of secret joint faith, any and all faith. Love, any and all love, a true chavura, fellowship, as we express our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes. It unites us all. This community house of spirit, Beth and Ruach, sharing and bringing light, keeping fear at bay. And even though together, we're individual in our approach, each connecting in his or her, their own way. So once again, please do go ahead, invite everybody you know, physically, digitally, psychically, emotionally, spiritually. Let's all get together and come and share. From Psalm 133, the Hine Matov. Come together. Hine Matov. Shevet Achika. Hine Matov. Shevet Achika. How good and pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community. 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 Together. We support each other in this community, my friends, so let's all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship to the whole world. Remember, this is your setting aside a little bit of sacred time in your own sacred space to honor and converse with whatever you happen to believe in, because we all believe in something. It's a part of your kavanah. Your intention that you put out into the universe, it's your goodwill. And goodwill and intention are the roots of what you can control in this lifetime, what you can correct. Your intention sets in motion everything that occurs in your lives. So let's take some time now to use that intention. Let's send some of that goodwill, some light, some healing out to whoever you know that needs it. Healing and renewal for everybody. Float through space, finding those in need. So send it out for those you know and for the souls and spirits of everybody you love. So think of whoever that needs healing and renewal and love or just plain goodwill. Focus on them. Call their names. It's not just for people. It's for our pets. It's for the earth. It is the healing of the world. It is the tikkun olam. It's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. We have to help heal the world. It's not something we can ever complete. It is an ongoing task to be dealt with in this lifetime, in every lifetime. We must each do our own part. We must each do what we can to improve and change our own little corner of the world. As we change ourselves, we change our conditions of life. Now, part of that healing of the world is when we send these thoughts and energy for health and renewal and goodwill for everybody. They don't have to be sick. For those in our hearts and our minds, let's all send that energy out for the people in need everywhere. And there are people who are truly in need. And special thoughts and prayers for Jerry, struck down in the prime of life by a deadly disease. We pray for you, Jerry, and know there are those that are glad you were alive. Let's also hope that Eileen is healing. Dear Minnie, the first one there for whoever needs support. For Luke, Kay, for Dorian, Aurelia, for Mary, William, for David, Mookie, for Shoshi, for all those suffering, all those in need. Let's not forget to include the familiars of our lives, all of our sacred animal friends. We've all got them. Everywhere. For everybody you know in need and for the whole world. And for Devora. Friends, it is the kindness, the healing wishes, the goodwill and love we all send out. It just circles the world finding those in need. So thank you, each of you, for all you do, for all you care, because the world is a world of spirit, and spirit, my friends, always is there. Its spirit never dies. It's everywhere you are. Avotenu Makor Limotenu. May the source of strength bless before us. Help us find the courage. Make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body. The renewal of spirit. And say, Amen. Misha Baruch, let us all have our spirits renewed. This is the great prayer for healing, which we call upon God to heal as He's healed before. Misha Baruch, may He who blessed, because all healing is a blessing. So let's all send and receive healing and renewal energy in our efforts to love, to share, to care, to grow. Now, this second last reading from Leviticus, the priest's manual, is usually read with next week's, but not in leap years. There's a couple of really interesting things discussed this week as we read Behar on the mountain. Now, the two things I want you to notice are the concept of the sabbatical year and the concept of the year of the Jubilee. And I don't mean the Queen's Jubilee, which is coming up. It's a different kind of Jubilee. Leviticus 25:1. And the Lord spoke to Moses in Mount Sinai, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, you shall say to them, When you will come to the land that I'm giving you, then the land shall have a Sabbath for the Lord. 6 years you shall seed your field, and 6 years you shall prune your vineyard. You shall gather its produce. And in the 7th year, the land shall have a Sabbath, a ceasing, a Sabbath for the Lord. You shall not seed your field. You shall not prune your vineyard. You shall not reap your harvest for growth, and you shall not cut off your untrimmed grapes. The land shall have a year of ceasing. Now, on the 7th day of creation, my friends, God ceased. He stopped. He was done. We like to say He rested. He's God. He doesn't tire. He doesn't need rest, but we do. And all the forms of life that work do. All class of man, including slaves, all animals, and the land. It's a living creature. It needs to rest. It needs to cease. Now, we saw that the most important holy time that inaugurates the fixed times of God was the Sabbath. That miraculous nexus of time and space where holy time and holy space meet. Your time in your space. The one thing man, meaning people, does in imitation of the steps God took when He finished creation. He ceased. Leviticus 25:6. And the land's Sabbath shall be yours for food. For you, for your servant, for your maid and for your employee, for your visitor who are residing with you, for your domestic animal, and for the wild animal that are in your land, shall be all of its produce to eat. Now, how do we survive if we don't grow crops and have food? Well, enough would be produced in year 6. And it's going to have to provide, for year 7 and year 1 when the crops grow for the next cycle. Who would really do this? Who would take the chance on a miraculous year 6 harvest to last, technically, 3 years? Well, we're in the year 5782 of the Jewish calendar. It began last September 6th. And this year happens to be a sabbatical year, according to the Bible. Every 7th year in the land of Israel is a Shemitah, which means release, when debts are canceled and fields lie fallow and homeless. Promoting growth through most forms of plowing, planting, and pruning. It's forbidden, as are the usual methods of reaping and harvesting. Any previously planted vegetable, flower, or fruit that grows in the soil during the sabbatical year has a special sanctity. It must not be wasted or sold. It should be made available freely to anyone in acknowledgement that the land is God's, not ours. Now, the Bible promises the triple bounty in the 6th year of the agricultural cycle, enough for the 6th, 7th, and 8th years until the new crops can be planted and harvested. We're told this in Leviticus 25, 20 to 23. It is a serious business to follow the Shemitah. A lot of science has gone into it, but something else has gone into it. It is a sign of faith, my friends, that people are willing to observe the Shemitah and let their land sit and not plant. And I only know very few people who have that level of faith. Then we have Leviticus 25:8. You shall count 7 Sabbaths a year, 7 years, 7 times. And the days of the 7 Sabbaths of years shall be for you 49 years, and you shall pass a blasting horn in the 7th month, on the 10th of the month, on the Day of Atonement. You shall have the horn pass through all your land, and you shall consecrate the year that makes 50 years. Proclaim liberty in the land to all its inhabitants. It shall be a jubilee for you. You shall go back, each to his possession. You shall go back, each to his family. This is an incredible concept. In the law of the Jubilee, the Lord commands that every 50 years all property is to return to the original owners. And this appears to be an economic program designed to prevent a feudal system common in the rest of the ancient Near East from developing in Israel. It functions to prevent the establishment of a class of wealthy landowners at the top of the economic scale and a mass of landless peasants at the bottom, as we see that took place throughout the rest of the world and in Europe in particular. Every Israelite is apportioned some land, and that's described in the book of Numbers in Joshua. And the deity commands that in every 50th year, the system returns to where it started. If an Israelite has lost his ancestral land as a result of death or calamity, he regains ownership of it in the Jubilee year. Land is unalienable, my friends. Individuals can suffer difficult times, but there is a divinely decreed limit to their loss. And the nation as a whole can never degenerate into a two-tiered system of the very rich and the very poor. Now, is this the ultimate form of socialism? We've never seen that system in place. Many jubilees have passed, but I've yet to see people free or land returned. I guess I keep remembering Genesis 6. Man is evil in his heart, greed, selfishness. See, what's interesting is why this is being done. Leviticus 25:15. You shall buy from your fellow by the number of years after the Jubilee. He shall sell to you by the number of years of yields. Corresponding to a greater amount of the years, you shall make its price greater. Corresponding to a smaller amount of years, you shall make its price smaller. Because it is a number of yields that he is selling you. So when you're purchasing, you're buying yields, not land, ever. The land shall not be sold permanently because the land is mine, because you are aliens and visitors with me. The land is God's. We are caretakers of it. When we buy and sell, we are buying and selling the number of yields we have left out of 50 years. So in that 50th year, the year of the Jubilee, all land that might have changed hands, all slaves, everything goes back to where it once belonged. Jojo was a man who thought he was alone, but he knew it wouldn't last. Jojo left his home, he saw Arizona, hopes of California grass. Get back, get back, get back to where you once belonged. Get back, get back, get back to where you once belonged. Now, it's a fascinating approach. You only have temporary possession. The original owners must get their land back. Land is unalienable. It is not transferable. Individuals could suffer the difficult times, but there is a divinely decreed limit. The land will be returned. When you see the census and the allocation of land, that's why it is being done in Numbers in Joshua. It's a system designed to prevent the abuse of a class of landowners and a class of non-landowners. That's why the census was so important. The land is given on the basis of tribe and number, and it stays that way forever. It's great in theory, but it certainly couldn't have lasted long in practice, because we know by Second Temple times it was no longer in effect. Workaround had been found. The memo had been lost. Here was a system designed on decency, humanity, caring, sharing, the ethics within the law that disappeared and fell apart. Sound the trumpet everywhere, all around the land. Follow my decree, you must obey my commands. Gather with your families, sing and clap your hands. It is the year of Jubilee, when the lame shall walk and the blind shall see. When the Lord sets the captives free, it's the year of Jubilee. Magic takes place in the year of Jubilee, my friends. Yes, the world is sacred. So is everything in it. Express your gratitude, light a candle, make a wish. Celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free, be free, honor your freedom, be well, be happy, be blessed. Share and honor the light, and all who live in the light and continue to shine, continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace and freedom for everybody. An end to terror and hatred. Remember, friends, we're a community. We learn together, we celebrate each other, we love each other. We share this right together, men and women equally. Let's all send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, and hunting and healing to all who need it. Please do learn to forgive, learn to love, including yourselves. Open your hearts. Honor the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them. Take advantage of the time you have and enjoy the journey, because we take the twists and turns and the patterns that weave through the fabric of our lives in our efforts to grow, to learn, to be, to love. So please do love. God bless you all. Have a fantastic week, a week of love and light, a week of peace, a week of miracles. Examine your intention and use them to imprint your will on the universe, because we set in motion all that happens in our lives. It is our intention, our kavana, our cause, our effect. Everything's linked. As I've said, you always have time to forgive and be forgiven, because you have the knowledge of what's good and bad. So acknowledge what you've done wrong to yourself, to God, to any person you've wronged. Ask forgiveness. But do so with sincerity, accountability, and vulnerability. Forgive those who've hurt you as you learn to be forgiving and compassionate, because the secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace is in acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people in the world, just as they are? Can you accept life as it is without trying to control it? Because if you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. So do not stop your journey. Do not stop moving towards your promised land. It is your home. Keep on dreaming. Keep on being, keep sharing, keep shining, keep teaching, keep spreading joy and goodwill. Send out good energy to people. Don't follow fear. Follow love, because it's always in front of you. And remember to have faith. Just as I have faith in the principle of love, it will all of you. Act with purity of heart and mind. Despise none, defraud none, hate none. Cherish all. Honor every child of God, every creature of the earth. May all people know peace in this year. And may you nurture kindness and love everywhere. Work to be present in the body. Expand the heart. Quiet the mind. Because the deepest source of real power, my friends, lies in your consciousness and your ability to be mindful, to be aware, to be present in all of life's circumstances. So make the most of your time in this life. Continue to touch and transform the lives around you, because you're never alone. You are forever blessed. You have the ability to bring blessings to everybody you meet. Health, love, and renewal to everybody you come across, because we're all energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed. Your words are your power to transform, to love, to bless. So be generous. Bless others and bless yourself. Love with the heart, because we're all part of a greater whole. Embrace love, not fear. Forgiveness, not anger. Be there for someone, because someone will always be there for you, whether you know it or not. Continue to explore faith and belief, and never accept shame as a natural state. Whatever you feel, others have felt. Whatever you've experienced, others have too. We share together. Pardon me. We learn together. We help each other. Because we're each of us trying to find love and acceptance and support. We all have or could have that special someone in our lives, so find them, tell them what they mean. Remember, you're never alone on your journey to your promised land. Keep forgiving those you need to forgive, and keep asking forgiveness from those you need to ask forgiveness of. And remember to think before you speak, because your words can empower you, but they can also imprison you. Now you're at the mountain of God. You're about to experience the thunder on the mountain, and God is about to talk just to you. Feel like my soul is beginning to expand. Look into my heart, you will sort of understand. You brought me here, now you're trying to run away. Writing on the wall, come read it, come see what it says. Well, thank you for joining me, my friends. Have a great week. Keep exercising forgiveness. Be thankful, be gracious, be kind, be loving. Pardon me. Believe in yourself and in love. Continue to spread a little goodwill in the world. And never forget, you are the miracle in someone else's life. Shabbat shalom and blessings to you all. Take care. Thanks. Bye.